A Big, Bold, Beautiful Journey is directed by Kogonada, and it stars Margot Robbie and Colin Farrell. And in this new romance movie, Sarah and David are single strangers who meet at a mutual friend's wedding, and through a surprising twist of fate, they find themselves on a funny, fantastical, sweeping adventure together where they get to relive important moments from their past. A Big, Bold, Beautiful Journey was a movie I was very excited for, mainly because it's a film starring Margot Robbie and Colin Farrell, two of the best actors in the game today in my opinion, and seeing them on screen together I just thought was a recipe for success. But unfortunately, this movie turned out to be one of the most boring films of the year, one of the worst movies of the year, and that's because it is incredibly tedious. A Big, Bold, Beautiful Journey, more like a big, bold, boring journey, am I right? Yeah, guys, this movie was absolutely terrible. I really could not get into it. I thought it was just so sleep-inducing. And one of my biggest issues with it is that it thinks it's the most smartest movie ever, and it tries to get an emotional reaction out of you with all of these supposed emotional scenes throughout the movie. But because you don't care about any of the characters, none of it lands. The characters are incredibly boring. One of them is just a serial cheater, and another one is very successful, but you can tell he's really still holding on to mistakes that happened in his past. There's some obvious flaws to them, of course, and I do like the aspect of them going back to past moments in their life and reliving them and learning to understand that their mistakes in the past and what happened back then doesn't translate to how you are now. It doesn't mean that you can't find love, that you can't be successful, that you can't change. And that is a great message to send. And there are some really good themes. That's a positive I've seen some people bring up in their reviews of this, that they really like the themes and messages. I do as well. But does that mean this movie is automatically good? No, because those themes are not developed well, because this movie doesn't know what it wants to be. It goes so all over the place, because it's going to so many different genres at random points in this movie for like one scene and that's it. There's a point where it becomes a musical, then it turns into sci-fi, and then it turns into something that National Theatre would create. And it was like, what is going on? I do like it when films mix and match genres and they're not afraid to take risks. And it's obvious that they were taking risks for this movie, which I do appreciate on the surface. But unfortunately, that mashup of genres makes no sense. And one of the biggest reasons why this movie doesn't work is because of the dialogue. This is the worst dialogue written in a movie this year, period. The dialogue is so unnatural that it comes off like an alien wrote it. The character reactions were a big thing for me. I don't know about you, but let's say I rented a car and the GPS said, let's go on a big, bold, beautiful journey, and it took me to doors to past moments in my life. I'd be very, very confused. But for these two characters, it's just like a walk in the park and they see it every day. And some of the dialogue in the latter parts of this movie was cringe-inducing. I don't want to get into spoilers, but there's one scene where Margot Robbie meets a past relative, and the dialogue that she says to this person was, oh my god, it was so horrible to listen to. And this dialogue is not helping the actors whatsoever. Somehow, this movie did the impossible and made Margot Robbie and Colin Farrell so boring. They have zero chemistry together, which is a big problem for a romance movie. So you don't care about the characters, and the dialogue really doesn't help the actors, so their performances come off really dull and really poor. The one thing that I really liked about this movie was how it was shot. I think this movie looked absolutely gorgeous. It's so colourful and bright, and it looks so happy. And I really do like what they did with the colours, how they used for symbolism and the subtlety of it, how they represent the characters. That was really, really smart. If only they could be that smart with the screenwriting. You honestly would have had a better time with this movie if you just put it on mute and you just looked at the pretty shots. Because that's all this movie is, just nice shots with fake emotional beats. Guys, I really did not enjoy A Big, Bold, Beautiful Journey. It's one of the most disappointing movies of the year for me. It does the impossible and makes Margot Robbie and Colin Farrell very boring. Its story is all over the place. The characters are boring. You don't care about them. Guys, this movie is just so disappointing, and I really wouldn't suggest you see it. It really is that boring. So I'm going to have to give A Big Bold Beautiful Journey a very disappointing 2.5 out of 10. And people, that is the end of this review. If you have seen A Big Bold Beautiful Journey, do let me know your thoughts on it in the comments. Did you like it? Did you not? Let me know. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. Have a good day, and see you later.